Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Lena Krause, aka Blondie, and no, your eyes are not lying. I am doing a review on Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. Now, I know if you watched my Moment of Clarity intro video, I mentioned that I was going to take a step back from reviewing TV and movies because I felt like it wasn't really my niche. However, this month alone, I have been doing a lot of panels revolving around reviewing and talking about comic books and the love for it and everything. And I just kind of sat there like, all right, you know what? Maybe I should just jump back into it and just do it every so often. I don't want it to be my main focus on my channel, but I will jump in and do it every so often. Now, this is actually like my really first review on a movie that has been out already for 2 weeks. I wanted to have this out a lot sooner. Unfortunately, I am very respectful for people who have yet seen the film, so I give people 2 weeks. Without further ado, few things before we get started. You may notice I don't have my jewelry, but Review Lena does. I was about to jump in the shower before doing this, and thank God I actually checked the footage to make sure that everything was in perfectly, which it is. And I heard my message to myself, and I was just like, great, I have to come back. And then two, there's no TC in this video, unfortunately. I had to actually put him in a different room because he is being very affectionate. And I kind of wanted to get this first time movie review out and set up a certain way to see how it will work. I'm experimenting still. I'm going to figure out a good method of how to do this. But yeah, without further ado, let me just introduce you to Past Me or Review Lena, aka Blondie, and CJ from Cjack Production. I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye from me now, but yeah, bye. As you can see, I have Cjack back at it again. We haven't done a review on anything, and I even said in one of my videos that I was gonna kind of like slow it down on the reviews a little bit, but I'm always pulled back in, so I'm just like, I'll just deal with my friends because I like chit chatting with my friends about stuff that we have in common.
It's good to
So
diversify.
yeah, we talked about this. We did our own little theory video a while back. It's under off the clock Doctor Strange chit chat we were doing when we finished talking about something completely different, which I forgot which one that was. But now here we are. I am super excited because I have been holding on to my review on Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. And what better person to review this with is CJ from CJack Production. So, how are you, CJ?
I'm good. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anybody better, to be honest. I was thinking of a bunch of
Appreciate it.
other people, but I was like, you know what? I need a reunion show, even though I did the panel like last week with you.
Like
But
like our old school 101s are always fun.
oh,
I
they
agree.
always are. It is always fun.
Yeah.
This video is gonna contain a lot of spoilers. Okay, this is gonna be like zero F's given. We are going all in on the movie, and I am giving you guys a warning now to leave.
This is only after the first 2 weeks of the movie's dropping, guys. So
Yeah,
expect that. The
yeah,
clearance is there. So,
yeah.
but there are some people. I'm defending Lena here. There are some people. Well, I'll wait to go see it before it hits Disney Plus in about a month or so. This is the price you pay for doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the type of person that doesn't really care about spoilers. I'm like, go ahead, because TikTok would ruin it for me every single time. Like
Oh,
Sonic 2, like somebody shared the end credit of Sonic 2 on TikTok, and I was like, well, I gotta go watch it now because someone ruined it for me.
right.
So this one, I was like, when it came to Doctor Strange, I bought my ticket. I kid you not, 2 days
Mhm.
before I went to go see it. I got the ticket like 2 days prior, and I went to go see it on Cinco de Mayo. And I'm just sitting here like, you know, that's what I like about my area. It's just that the theater that I went to, not a lot of people go to it, so
Mhm.
there was still tickets available. However, I was livid because I had a young couple next to me, and the girl, like, we still have our section off seats, so I was supposed to have two seats empty, but the girl literally ran in, sat right next to me, and her boyfriend said, I'm just like, bro, I had this all planned out. I was gonna stretch out a little bit, have these two
Yeah.
seats, and you just ruined it for me. Thanks. towards the middle of the movie they started making out, and I was just like, "Are you serious? Like you're in the theaters watching Doctor Strange and you're making out? Like the
I got
hell?"
lucky and I got a matinee. I had to worry about all that. I'm a usually I'm a midnight run type of person, but despite you get the tickets then and then dealing with Bonnie and Clyde and crying babies, I'm
Oh
like, damn.
god. I didn't have no crying babies. That was the good thing. I just had freaking Bonnie and Clyde just
Sure,
making out on me, next to
sure.
me. I'm just like, literally pick up like right after home No Way Home for Spider-Man. Like, I feel like it's probably a couple months after
Hmm.
Stephen Strange goes to Christine's wedding. I heard so many people bitching and complaining about that section of the movie. Like, why they're not together? Why is he going? And it's just like,
He's being supportive. It just I don't
exactly.
understand. I agree with you completely. I heard about that backlash too.
I don't know if people like picked up on that, but I felt like it was like somewhat of like closure, but not necessary because it's like Doctor Strange we're talking about. Like this guy thinks he can have everything. And when we did our panel and I was talking about
You
Doctor
did say that.
Strange
Hmm.
and Iron Man, like I kept saying Doctor Strange is like the magical version of Iron Man where he thinks he can get whatever the hell he wants because he is number one in everything. Like he wants to seem like he's number one.
It's a big step for him, by the way. This is showing humility by going to the wedding, giving positive blessings. I agree.
Exactly. And that was something like everyone thought it was the wedding between Christine and him. Like everyone thought that, and I'm just like, I don't think so. I think it's between Christine and somebody else. This is where I have to like really put a pin right here real quick. This is the one thing that's like really I have to. In order to fully understand Doctor Strange, you have to watch some shows on Disney Plus and some of the movies. And I didn't think about it because there were some people that are in the theater that never watched the Disney Plus show that went in to go watch it and they were a little bit confused. So
Hmm.
number one movie you have to watch is Doctor Strange itself to get an understanding of the character, to fully understand of what happened, how his whole start and everything, and where he went, and basically his whole growth. Um,
His base
Endgame
plot. Yeah.
and Infinity War and Endgame because
Hmm.
you still see some more of Doctor Strange and how he is. Some people were saying Thor Ragnarok, but he's only in there for like 5 minutes.
And more like a cameo.
Yeah, that's about it. And then I am trying to think. You want to throw away No Way Home? You can throw that in there too because it talks about the different dimensions of all of them coming from different ones or different worlds. Um, as for TV shows on Disney Plus, I strongly suggest you have to watch WandaVision as well as Loki to understand like the different like the timeline, how it affects everything. And there was one more that somebody mentioned that I was just like, I don't know.
It was wait, yeah, okay. Because I did a review on my channel. It was Wanda, Loki, in regards to Doctor Strange. And you're
Yeah,
right, there is one more. Not Falcon Winter Soldier. He
no,
that was completely left
I
field.
know. What if?
I think he hit the nail on the head, girl.
No,
I
what
don't
if?
think.
What if?
Oh, the animated. Right.
Duh, I
Duh.
forgot about that one. I was like
That's a
thinking
big
about it.
deal. That's
Huh?
a big deal.
That
What
one
if is
is.
a big
There
deal?
is
Yeah.
2 episodes that you have to watch revolving around Doctor Strange,
Hmm.
especially the first one that introduced the whole thing of how he is going through different dimensions or different like he's going back to save Christine every single time and it always
Hmm.
fucks up. And you obviously see that whole like he gets basically separated from everybody into his little cube and that was it. But he gets back and all that and helps the Avengers. He becomes the new set of Avengers for the Watcher because the Watcher's like, yeah, I don't interfere, but I'm gonna have someone else do my job for me. So those are
Hmm.
the shows and the movies you have to watch in order to kind of like understand. You can go in blind and be just
Hmm.
confused ultimately because
Of course. Yeah.
like I was obviously when I completely skipped the whole thing. Um, American Chavez actually was introduced way before where the action just started with her and Defender Strange were running and to a book to get, but they never got to it. And I sat there and I could not handle Doctor Strange with a ponytail at all. Like I
Defender Strange is just weird. Like, yeah, it's like from the uniform, you're more of like like in like a full term. Doctor Strange is that hey, I'm part time Avenger, but when I may not be an Avenger, but if you need me and you will. Give me a call.
yeah
Where Defender Strange is on the squad, like on a you saw the uniform,
yeah
but back to you on that man bun, it doesn't fit.
It doesn't. Like, it just weirded me out the whole time. 'Cause I just sat there. I was like sitting there. I was just like, huh. So they had to give Benedict Cumberbatch like a little man bun in the back. So I was like, okay, that's pretty. That's just weird. I
It's
couldn't
like if you had
handle
an
it.
outfit. If you had an outfit, your theme is brown, right?
Yeah,
Brown, yellows. Then you blew in. Then you throw in this blue scarf. Matches nothing.
nothing.
That's how it looks to me.
Obviously we like I skipped that, so I'm sorry people. I kind of like skipped that one part. I went straight to the wedding. But we're introduced to her, and
Mhm.
she gets like a taste of Strange. And what I like is that obviously he wakes up thinking it's just a nightmare or a dream, and that's it. So, okay, cool. You dreamt about a fight, you dreamt about this girl, and then now you're on the streets of New York saving this person that you just dreamt about. And
Creepy.
it's just kind of like, what? So obviously, yes, they do explain about the dream walking and everything, and I was just like, that's pretty cool. That is,
Massive deja vu. So
yes.
he knew something was up then, but yeah.
And I just like the diner scene that there's him and Wong in America is just sitting in the diner talking back and forth, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, we just had like an issue about a couple months ago with a man, with this guy named Spider Man." And she's like, "Is he like an actual spider?" It's like, "No." Does he shoot webs out of his butt? It's just like, "No, you know what? I don't know. No." And
Right,
I
right,
just
right. And threw him off. He was like, wait, what? No, no. Does he really? No. And he had to really think about it. Right.
because I thought back at Homecoming where they were when you see Toby shoot his webs out of his wrist, and they're like, "You can do that?" It's like, "You guys can't." It's like, no.
Because they're Toby's saving a fortune on web cartridges. He doesn't
Exactly.
have to. Yeah. But anyway.
But when he figured out, because they were like trying to figure out who would have conjured such a creature to chase after this young child or this girl,
Hmm.
and automatically they're just like Wanda, and they're like, okay. So he obviously goes back, visits her, and automatically, why I say you should watch WandaVision. She mentions the Wayview, which is the city that she was, or the little town that she's in, or sorry, Westview. Sorry, where's
You got Westview. It's Westview.
oh West?
I,
So I
but
said
I knew
Wayview.
what you meant. Yeah.
I said Wayview, but I'm like, no, it's Westview. Sorry. She basically, oh, I want to talk. He's like, oh, you're here to talk about Westview, and he's like, I'm not here to talk about Westview. Like, I'm here to talk about something else. And then she kind of like, I don't want to mention this, but she kind of Amber Heard herself a little bit by dropping America's name. And he's like, he pauses and he's just like, I never mentioned her name, so it's just like automatically like he knew that she's after this girl for whatever reason. Like, so obviously she does explain why. Like, I need her power to go to this dimension to get my children. And once again, you need to watch WandaVision to understand why.
Who these children are.
Who are these
Agreed.
children? Like
Yeah.
her babies. And all for one person. And the reason why I left that out, the reason why is because of the fact that America Chavez has this ability to punch into different dimensions. She doesn't know how to control her powers, by the way, people. So that's the
No.
problem.
She's a rookie.
Yeah.
Spider-Man has more control of his powers, but yeah.
But during this whole ordeal, she basically punches into another dimension where she goes to where the Illuminati is at, and
Just punches dimension after
after dimension.
dimensions. And did you see the cut you off? Did you see the tribunal in one clip? That's a trip, girl. But go on. All right, Illuminati.
The Illuminati. So basically, it goes to this whole different dimension, and I forgot what number it was because even that
The numbers escape me.
same
Yeah.
here. Even that Christine, like what I loved about this whole section itself, which, like I said, there was some parts that I get it. It was for like fan, whatever, fan
Oh, this
favors,
whole movie is fan. This
fan
movie,
service.
yeah, this movie's part fan service, part Easter egg. I agree completely.
Um, but the Christine there gives it a dimensional name and everything, and number and all. So they're wandering around. He sees them like there's this one point that I actually liked it because it gives you some form of vulnerability for Strange, where they're
Hmm.
having dinner and it's the time that he got his watch from her.
Yeah.
And I actually did like that a lot because you see like how young he was and how vulnerable he was at that time, and it wasn't like he wasn't an asshole at that point. Like he was still like he was a med student and everything, and they were good friends. They never dated. They were just really good friends and all that. And I also, which is the part, which I'll mention this after when I get to my review. You see a little backstory for America. You see her mom and her moms. She has two moms,
Hmm.
and I love that. I actually like that, even though it was for like 3 minutes, even less probably.
Well, it needs to be done because not America. Well, pun intended. America's moving on. There are more than just mommy and daddy families out
Exactly.
there. Okay.
But I actually do like that a lot, that they actually showcase the relation, like her moms, and showing
Hmm.
that she has two moms. She doesn't have a dad, she has two moms.
Straight up.
And she got scared by a bee and basically dimensional punched her moms into another dimension.
That's how it started. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how it worked. Yeah.
That's the start of an origin story for a hero or villain. So,
Hmm.
and she just basically started dimensionally hopping, trying to find her moms. And it's sad because she was like, you can see it there, then and there, that she was very young when this all happened. So they go to the sanctum thinking that, oh, whoever's there, like my Strange, will help, which turns out that he's actually dead in this dimension. So he is depicted as a hero, which I kept staring. Every time they kept looking at the statue, I just kept laughing at, and I kept thinking about the big ass cape that he has in the comics, where it's like the collar's a lot higher.
The,
So I
the
was
the
just,
the the retro
yes, the
Strange.
retro
Yeah.
looking one. So I was just like, okay, they went with that one. I actually like that one. That's actually pretty
I do
cool.
too. No. Yeah.
That one's pretty cool. So we find out that oh my god, what's his name?
Moto.
Moto is the new Supreme.
Sorcerer Supreme, and his friend. He was a good version.
That's what everyone's saying. That there, I'll get to the theories. We're gonna do
Okay.
theories,
Yeah.
people. Don't worry. We're gonna get to theories. But we haven't mentioned Wanda in a while, so we're gonna mention Wanda. So basically, I'm kind of like jumping back and forth. So it'll all connect soon, people. Don't worry. It connects.
It is madness after
It is. So Wanda obviously is basically destroyed the temple and everything, and Wong is left behind. So basically, she has him all tied up and everything, and she is once again shadow walking, or dream walking. I keep calling it shadow walking, but dream walking,
all. Hmm.
and it is a big like no. Like once you start using like the dark hold, it's like it starts corrupting
Hmm.
your mind little by little. Once again, watch WandaVision because she does use
That's
that a
the
lot.
black fingers because Agatha even has the black fingers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
because of the corruption. And she started and that's what I liked. That scene itself was really, really nice. Like I was surprised of how the whole
Hmm.
setup was, that she got all these candles, they all lit up, and she's just floating there. And I was just like,
Yeah.
pretty cool. And she finds so she's basically looking for them, finds a version of herself there, and she sees her kids. And I was like, oh, everyone was cheering because the kids were seeing and everything. And this is Billy and Tommy, right? Yeah, Billy and Tommy.
Yeah.
And they are so adorable. They are
I know.
they are
There are cute kids.
they are cute kids. Like very devoted. They care a lot about their mom and everything. And she was just plain suburb mom. That's it. Like a single mom raising her two kids. We have no idea what happened to it. Well, we know what happened to Vision if you watch WandaVision, but in that dimension, we don't even know if she even was with like a variant of Vision. So we don't know. He does tell her that there is like the actual temple that she can go to,
Hmm.
which they do end up going to it, and it's this whole long thing. So I was just like, okay, so we're not going to see Wanda for quite some time. Going back to the Illuminati headquarters, we are introduced to that dimension, Christine, and she is known, from what everyone had kept saying, is she's known as the night nurse because of her outfit. And the funny thing is that she is so savvy on magic that I was kind of like, you know, I know it wasn't like established or anything, but I feel like she had probably worked with directly, which I think she did. She worked directly with, Strange and Mando.
Mondo. Yeah.
Because the thing is that the his bracelets that he had was basically cancels out his powers, so he couldn't use them.
Right.
So it's just like for her, because she even says that she designed the case that they were in and the cuffs to cancel out his powers. So it just gave me the idea that she had worked with Strange at one point, which it is established that that they did work together, and they did say what happened, which we're gonna get to know. He is
Mhm.
summoned to the council, and this is where a lot of fan service was paid off. We are introduced to, I always forget this, Peggy Carter as Britain,
Captain Britain, yeah.
Captain Britain. We are
Or is it
introduced
Captain? No, Captain Carter.
Captain Carter, but I mean,
That's right. Yeah, I know. Tomato, tomato. Yeah, she is Captain Britain. I'm
but
sorry.
Captain Carter or Peggy Carter or whoever you want to call her. We are introduced to Captain Marvel, which is a different version, which is a version I was just like, why couldn't we get this one first? CJ was like,
I
yeah,
already
why
know.
couldn't we?
And a simple universe where she pushed her out the way, if so, but she inherited the powers of Marvel.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We are also with this one. It slipped me because I didn't add this, which is
Hmm.
the show Inhuman that they had for like what, one
From that
season.
that yeah, from that show is just what I understood why, but that show was just so trash.
Yeah,
But anyway, the leader of the Inhumans, yeah,
yeah.
Black Bolt, couldn't
Black
think of his
Bolt
name.
brought him in, so I was kind of like, I didn't. No one cheered for his ass because no one knew who he was. They
Nobody.
cheered for Captain Carter, and then I had to think back because I was looking at the whole details, and I was just like, okay, I know that he's from a show that wasn't that successful, but I know they're going to be coming in with the movie in the near future for Inhumans.
Yeah, real quick. The sad part is nobody recognized him until he put on the Black Bolt uniform. Even worse, barely, mind you.
Yeah, it's true, actually. Then we are introduced to Mr. Fantastic himself, which I was ecstatic because everyone, I felt like Marvel actually, yes, that was me. I was like, yes, I have a new daddy.
Right?
But I sat there and I was just like, for once, a studio actually listened to their fan base because everybody wanted him as Mr. Fantastic
For
for
years. No.
years, and they're like, you know what,
Mhm.
let's just give it to him, let's just give the audience what they want. It's like Sonic all over again. It's just like, maybe we should listen to the audience. Yeah, maybe you should.
We're
And
paying your bills, but that's
yeah,
another
like
discussion.
we're giving you our money, like, here's our money, give us what we want. This is not what we want, give us our money back. But what got everybody and what got me screaming internally was when I heard the 97 X-Men theme playing and Xavier coming in, or Charles Xavier, aka Professor X, coming in with that yellow wheelchair. And I was like,
Yeah.
I go, he looks good.
And the yellow, not even a wheelchair, the yellow hover chair.
Thank you.
In the hover chair. He did
In
it
the
right.
hover chair. Sorry, not
But
wheelchair,
still, the
hover.
theme, no. The theme, no. That was
The
enough.
theme got me because
I agree.
everyone, I felt like the audience that I had were a lot of young kids, so they didn't react that much. Maybe I heard younger people, like older people around my age, heard it. I heard it and I was like, oh my
You're not going to
god.
understand until you're at least 25. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But when I heard that, I saw him, I was just like, oh my god, I was waiting for this to happen. It is happening, and everyone's freaking out. But at the same time, sidebar is a lot of these characters that they were introducing are characters that are going to be showing up in future projects.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, that's why in the beginning, if I caught it, CJ mentioned it was just one, this movie is just one big Easter egg of
I,
showcasing a lot of different characters from a lot of different movies
I
that are
agree.
coming out.
Yeah.
Wanda comes. I mean, like, there's not a lot that happens. They go back and forth, they're chit chatting. They do explain what happened to their Strange. You find out that Strange used the dark hold and just to kind of like they kind of like destroy Thanos, and as
With his
punishment,
own blade. You saw him with his own blade, right?
yeah. And with that, they basically, their whole thing was, and this is the reason why, there's the reason behind the Illuminati is to kind of like make sure that certain things don't happen that jeopardizes like humanity. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
they established, and Strange being one of the original members.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that empty seat could there should have been two strangers there, right?
Yes.
Do you think that do you think that empty seat meant the strange they just killed? But a lot of the people online are saying it's a T'Challa seat, but whatever.
Personally, because I know that there was one character that was missing from it that
Hmm.
they haven't done or used. So my thing was that it has to be that character, which is
I
like the
agree.
equivalent
That's a
to
good point.
Aquaman, which is I think what was his name?
Submariner.
Marin, yeah, him. It's supposed to be for him
Yeah.
because he's also a member. So I always thought, okay, maybe it's for him, but
I'm leaning towards that.
like
Okay. That
there was
being
like because
said,
in that dimension is only one Strange, I think, and yeah, one Strange, but that one
no,
died,
but your
and
theory
then
sounds pretty sound actually, because he's not there. They haven't picked nobody yet, obviously. But yeah.
obviously, but then the thing is that whoever is Sorcerer Supreme takes on the role. So obviously Mando will be or Armando will be the one to take on that chair. So,
Hmm.
but you don't see him sitting; you see him walking around. So it's just like, dude, just sit
That's what
down,
threw me
please.
off. Yeah. Okay. Good point.
But they tell the audience what happened and all that good stuff, and then they are attacked by Wanda because Wanda got to the temple, dream walk again, got to her body again, and that stubborn mom. Which I'm gonna admit that I was wrong. I thought it was gonna be zombie Wanda, but it just looked like zombie Wanda. Of how
I mean, after she got through with those Ultrons and I thought that was blood in the previews,
no,
but it was the oil.
yeah,
That was some straight up Carrie shit. Still.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
I thought, oh shit, we got zombie Wanda. That is dope. We got strange one. We got strange zombie though, but that was good. I like that one.
Yeah. True.
She basically invades, kills everybody, like all the Ultrons dead, and then obviously the
Yeah.
members of the Illuminati like come in, and they're like trying to reason with her, and they're like, I like this one, but it was just like for me, people are automatically assumed that he like all these Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt, uh, Captain
Peggy.
Marvel,
Yeah.
Peggy, Charles Xavier, they're all dead. That's what they think. I don't think
Hmm.
so. That's just
No.
a version of them from that dimension that was killed. So they're
Oh yeah. Of that dimension, they're done.
yeah,
Sure. That's the whole point of this.
but in the dimension which is where Strange is where he is currently at, they're
Our
there.
strength. Our
Our
default.
dimension is our dimension. He's
Let's say
there.
that. Hmm.
Um, I felt bad for Reed Richards. It's like
Of
she
course,
asks him,
he literally got tossed like spaghetti.
yes.
Like,
She goes, "Oh, do you have any kids?" She's like, "Yeah, I do." "Are you married?" He's like, "Yeah." "Oh, well then." I'm just like, "You bitch."
wait, real quick. When she told Black Bolt, and they were rattling off his resume, this is Black Bolt. He can destroy with a mere utterance of his mouth. What mouth? And then it was terrible. It
I
was funny, but it blew my mind.
didn't. That
Yeah.
shit was. I try not to laugh, but I was just like, bro, how stupid are you? That if you have no mouth, I know I can understand. You have no mouth, you freak out. But it's just like if you don't like, you have to understand like his power itself can kill himself.
Don't say it. Yeah, just don't. I know that's a messed up Neo from the Matrix moment. Keep
Mm-hmm.
your composure. Figure it out later. Don't use your voice in your own skull.
Yeah, because it's just
That was
pop,
so
and then it's just
stupid.
like a dent, and it's just like, oh shit. Then Reed Richards gone. Fucking Peggy and Captain
Captain
Marvel.
Marvel put up the best fight, but
She
then
did.
she barely stood a chance. Yeah,
She did, and she's like, I can do this all night. I'm like, oh, you're dead.
yeah.
Cut
Stole
in half.
Steve his stole Steve his catchphrase, but
I
that's his
can do this
variant.
all night.
Variant.
I like
Yeah.
the fact that she used his jetpack.
Right.
Oh my god! Because I sat there and the whole time I was thinking like, she don't have a. Oh, that's Steve Rogers' jetpack.
Yeah, she does.
Oh my god, that is dope. Did he die already? That was my thing. I go, did he die and we're just not aware of this? And she just has his jetpack as a memory because I mean, Steve Rogers had like his pocket watch with her picture in it, and he carried
Well,
with.
and the if she's the same Peggy Carter from What If season one, remember he took over the Iron Muller suit.
Yeah,
Yeah, so hypothetically, he could be around. Just he was not the Steve that we know.
yeah, he could be a completely different
Anyway,
Steve.
anyway, yeah.
But yeah, gets cut in half, and then Captain Marvel gets smushed by fucking a statue, and I'm just like, that's bull. That is bullshit.
She literally fought Thanos hand to hand with all, 4 out of 5 of the Infinity Stones, but a statue
Oh
gets
no,
her.
he's not. I
I'm just
sat
saying.
there and I mean, people were freaking out. I'm just sitting here like, we'll see him again. Don't worry, guys. I wanted to stand up and say that. Go, hey guys, don't worry, we'll see them again. This is just a taste. It's okay.
Right.
What
The
I liked
catastrophe.
though, it was
Yeah.
the whole thing with Charles Xavier going into Wanda's head.
Good move.
Really good
Yeah.
move. I sat there and I was just like, I call bullshit because yes, exactly, the necks breaking and all that. But the thing is, it's just like, her being trapped in that rubble where she was trapped as a child, kind of like
Hmm.
reminiscing about that. I was just like, dude, don't do it, man. Don't fucking do it. Pop scare. She's like, oh my God, help me. And it's just like, you're going to die, but okay.
He's the master of. He's the greatest mind in the galaxy. Forget Earth, mind wise.
Yes.
And that's all it took. I granted Wanda has extreme power, but on a mental scale, if Xavier gets in her head, it's a wrap. I
Exactly.
disagree with that, but that's me.
No, that's why it kind of caught me off guard because I know for a fact after watching a shit ton of X-Men movies, he has gone through everyone's mind, including Jean Grey's.
He
And
took on Phoenix.
yeah, and it's just kind of like, how is it this one person was able to snap your neck like that?
I don't
So
buy that,
I
but I'm
go, is
listening.
it?
I'm just. Hmm.
I go, is it your way of like saying, okay, Professor X is gone, like my version of him is gone? I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, but I wasn't
Because
ready.
here's my biggest thing: you don't bring back characters from 20 years ago minimum just to kill them off again.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Kingpin and Hawkeye. That doesn't add up to me. They're still around.
Yeah, they are.
You know, they
Kills
are.
him. I got heartbroken. We all got heartbroken. There was not a single tear shedded, and I was just sitting there like, he'll be back. Don't worry, he'll be back. That's when the on-screen, off-screen thing does not the deaths on-screen, off-screen does not apply in this movie at all because the people you think that are dead are not dead. I mean, not all of them because they're gonna come back in some form, some way in another movie. So don't worry. So they basically um Strange is finding Mendel in that whole section because he wants to basically punish Strange for what he's done. And he's just waiting for everyone to come back. And Strange is like, they're not going to come back. Like, they're probably dead by now. They fought. And obviously, everyone started laughing with the whole, this is the reason why your Mando doesn't like you. Because you're mean. This is the reason why.
Yeah.
I started laughing. I was like, yeah, no, it's completely different. Because I actually like the fact that Strange, even without like psychic abilities like Xavier, just got in his head like, yeah, no, you really didn't like this Strange. You were probably happy when he died. So that you can be, in control of everything. And it's just like, no, he was my brother.
Look,
No,
in
no.
control,
Yeah,
right?
like, so
But that movie was Marvel's very first horror film, and it was and in a good way, a catastrophe.
oh yeah.
That's what we wanted. Yeah.
And also very like slightly gory. Like there was a lot of like
Oh
I was
yes.
like, damn. I was like, Marvel, are you okay? Is this like one of your moments of like being drunk and being like, yeah, let's throw some gore, some horror in there.
The
We'll
way
be
I
fine.
look at this movie is like, dude, I had this dream last night, and it put it into a script. That's
Yeah,
how I felt. Seriously, yeah.
exact. No, fuck, that's how I felt. That's why it took me this long to review this because I needed some
The-
time to process everything. Christine is trying to get America out of her jail cell and everything
Mhm.
can because all the systems are shutting down. She's hitting with the fire extinguisher. I'm like, that's not gonna help. And obviously, our girl is like, punches, gets out. I'm like, you go, girl. I believe in you. And they take off. And what I liked was that they're taking off, running down the hallway and everything. Because I liked the fact that Xavier came in, helped them out a little bit before getting killed off.
Yeah.
And this is where I was just kind of like, and I already knew this was gonna happen because they always, every time there's a horror film, they always do this.
Oh, the
No, 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 not that. Where they're
oh,
running
okay.
and they're closing all these doors, right? And she's busting through every single one of them, right? And
I know what you're talking about.
I sat there and they thought, is it gonna hold? I go, why are you not running?
Don't spectate. Move while you
I
still got the
I got
time.
so
I agree.
mad and I go, I hate that they do that because they want to build up tension. But I'm
Hmm.
sitting there, I go, if that was me, I would still be running. I would have been like,
I can see you right now. Wait, Lena, look. Like, I don't think that's gonna hold. Lena? Lena? You gone. Right.
fuck this. I ain't dealing with this shit today.
I
Why
know
am I
that's
here?
right.
But no, they stop her with water. Obviously, they try to drown her. And I was just kind of like, you guys are so fucking stupid. Why'd you guys stop running? Just like, she was going to come back anyway. They get to where they need to go, and this is the famous picture of people trying to figure out who the other person was America and Christine. They go to the same dimension where you open up to,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to get the hold of the book. And once again, they hesitate to build in the tension. And I'm just like, so obviously, they jump down. Wanda shows up, fucking drenched. And I'm like, oh, shit. And destroys the book. Which is I never mentioned the book. The book is like the equivalent to the Darkhold, but well, I'm like, okay. She
It's more of
destroys
a.
it. Huh?
I just was googling. It's more of a guide. I agree.
Oh, it's a guide?
Yeah, but it still has every tomato. It still have the spells what you're talking about in there. So I consider it like a guide. But
Okay.
anyway,
Well, I didn't know that, so we'll just call it a guidebook.
yeah.
She destroys it, takes America, leaves Strange. Oh, actually kicks Strange and Christine into another dimension where this one is pretty cool. It's basically why I say you should watch What If, because I feel like that's the version that was the Dark Strange,
I know what you're talking about.
and where they literally
Oh,
took a music battle to a literal form.
the lyrics are flying and shit. I was like,
Someone pointed out it's Mozart and Beethoven.
yeah,
So I was
versus
like,
yeah.
oh shit, I wasn't paying attention, but I was just like, they literally took a music battle to heart where they're fighting with notes and everything. And I'm just like, that is really cool, but I was not expecting that at all. Like, at all.
The World of Strange. It's in the
Yeah,
name.
I even told myself, I was like, I shouldn't expect any less, to be honest. Like, that was a really cool, interesting scene. I was just kind of like, wow, they literally took that to a whole new level for me.
Yeah,
Um,
Sinister Strange was out of control. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. But they push his ass out of the window and they kill him. Like they impale his ass. He gets a hold of the book, and that's when we go to the zombie Strange, because even Christine was just kind of like, "But there's no version of you in your dimension because you're here." And he's like, "Who says they have to be alive?" Like,
Mm-hmm.
so he obviously pulls out the Defender Strange, because the both when America and Strange came, Strange dies, unfortunately, and they
Yeah.
bury him on the rooftop, and he's like, oh wait, perfect, I'll just use this body and go fight Wanda. And I just like the fact that all these demonic souls just came out of nowhere and was trying to like take a hold of him.
Well, okay, I was ahead of you. You're right. I remember that now.
Yeah. And that's where the whole handcade comes in, because he's like, I'm going to use this and just. And yeah, then we get to the part where it all leads up to where Wanda takes her back to the temple, or that version of her throws her to that dimension, and suburb Wanda is left confused as to like, what the fuck just happened? My children. And then she takes off.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're at this point where the temple, they have obviously a big fight. Earlier we see that Wong was thrown off, but we all assumed he was
True.
dead. And no, he was just taking a nap at the bottom, or at a.
That threw me off too. I was so worried about Wong. I like Wong,
I do too.
but
Wong's
yeah.
awesome. Like, he's
Mm-hmm.
awesome as Sorcerer Supreme. Like, I'm happy he's
True.
Sorcerer Supreme.
I can see why he got promoted, because Strange can't be a full-time Avenger, or at least that's why he was part-time even in the comics, to my knowledge,
Yeah.
because he had his own thing to deal with. It's kind of like Green Lantern. He was a full-time, like, sorry folks, DC, but it's relevant. Green Lantern was a member of the Justice League, yes, but he had limitations when he can be around.
This is where we get Temple. Wanda has America gonna start stealing her powers. Zombie Strange comes in. They have this fight. America basically, which is why they should have, like, I feel like some people would say like they should have done it from like the very get go of everything.
Meaning what?
Have America show like her to the children and have them react.
Mm-hmm.
Because even then, like, I like the fact that America kind of like jumps up and starts kind of like, learning, kind of like believing in herself and her power. So she starts like going at it with Wanda. Wanda stops her. That's when America opens that portal to show her the kids. Kids see her freaking out, screaming and yelling, throwing stuff at her. She screams at them. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, that's a side that I guess she never wanted her kids to see, because like she kept saying like you're a monster, like you're the monster.
That's a clever move, though, psychologically.
Yeah.
Like, she tried, everybody tried everything else. Take a good look at yourself. This
Yeah,
is what you're doing.
exactly. And
Yeah.
they even kept saying like, if like, what are you gonna do with the other Wanda? Like, are you just gonna kill her and just replace her with yourself and that's it? And she does mention why she wanted America's powers is because she goes, the reason why I want her powers is because like I can be with my children, and if they were to get sick or if anything were to happen, I can just go to another dimension where they have a cure and cure them. But it's just
Cure
kind
or replace,
yeah,
because
or
she,
replace.
I mean, but no, but still, not questioning you. Like, in her mind, it's messed up.
Yes,
Like, at any time, like, she's being really selfish right now. At
exactly.
any time she can do this. Yeah.
And what I kind of left out is before all that whole going back, and actually no, it's not yet, because he's still in the dark, and the dark strange's like dimension and all that, which I'll get to.
Hmm.
She has a realization, and I like that moment where Wanda, that stubborn mom of that dimension,
Hmm.
like she throws her, she is like, I can guarantee she probably broke a couple ribs there after that big ass throw that she, and the kids are freaking out. They run over to her, and the kids are like, "Are you okay, mom? You okay?" She's like, "I'm fine." She goes up to that Wanda, and they have that exchanged look, and it's just more along the lines that I just personally feel that that stubborn version of Wanda is just kind of like telling her like they're fine, they're okay.
Right.
I'm taking care of them. It's fine. Like, and she has like, it's just more of like that realization that even though they're not mine, they're someone else's kids, that they're always going to be okay.
Hmm.
So I actually like that subtle, like, even not even having an exchange of words, just that subtleness between them of just,
That closure that she feels.
yeah.
Yeah.
After all that, she's like, I have to destroy this. I have to destroy the temple. Um, Strange. So America basically punches a way out, saying, "I'll go find you. I'll go get you. Give me some time." Gets Wong out, and temple is basically destroyed. And then we get back to Christine and Strange, where obviously Christine was helping out, helping him, protecting him, and everything, using different relics that were in that room and everything to fight off these dark souls and all that. And then they have their own moment of closure where she says, like, I would love to see your world and everything. And he's just like, yeah, I would love to show you. And she does mention to him, like, did you love her, or did you love me there in that version? He's like, I always have, I always will.
Aw.
And it's like they had that sense of closure for him, knowing that he can't be with her anymore. Like, that's it. Like,
Right.
you and me, we can't, like, as much as I care about you and I love you, I will continue fucking up in any dimension. Like, we'll never be together.
It's true. No, it's true though. I'm laughing because that's accurate as hell.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I still care about you, but, you got to move on,
Yeah.
And obviously, we were just going back, and we're back at our dimension. We're here.
Hmm.
um, and Stranger saved. America is now part of the mystic arts, where she's learning how to kind of like, and learning how to control her powers and everything. And I mean, pretty much the last thing is we see Strange bow to Wong after their ongoing back and forth bickering of like, you're supposed to bow to your supreme, right? He goes, yeah, yeah, sure, whatever, But at the end, he does
In a strange way.
in
Yeah.
his own little strange way. And then obviously we see end credits where he walks out, and a third eye opens up in the middle of his forehead, and I'm just
He thought he was unscathed, but yeah.
yeah, he still was corrupted in a sense.
Yeah. Oh.
And then we have the mid credits, where this one I remember calling you on that day I saw it livid.
Right? God,
Ah,
she's so fine. But anyway.
she is. She's a great choice, and I already had this conversation with Danny and everyone, Tina, or yeah, Tina
I think it's
and
Tina. I'm trying to figure. Yeah, I'm trying to understand her female guild. Yeah, but yeah, I think I
Tina,
want to say
Nikki,
Tina.
and her daughter, or yeah,
Hmm.
Emmy, M. I mentioned this. I go, as much as I love her as an actress, she is gorgeous, gorgeous. When I
She could
saw,
easily double as a. She's one of those actresses that didn't need to become a model to become an actress. She can act,
yeah,
but she could go in reverse too,
yeah,
which is rare.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're introduced to Clea, and
Hmm.
I was like,
A
I saw,
sorceress supreme. Anyway.
yeah. If you guys don't know it, Google is your best is a great source to look it up, best friend and everything. Clea is the niece to Dumami, which or Dumamu, sorry,
Dumamu. Hmm.
Dumamu, who we are introduced in the first film, and she's part of like the dark dimension and everything, and she is Doctor Strange's or Stephen Strange's on and off wife. So I was kind of like excited. I knew this already that she was going to make an appearance. So I was kind of like hoping that she would have been one of the characters throughout, but introducing her as like in the mid credits, I was like, okay, you know what? Whatever. Um, I got pissed because of her hair. I said this in the on her on Danny's thing, and we kept bringing up Layla because of Moon Knight
Hmm.
and the curly hair.
True.
I kind of was sitting there. I was like, the thing is that Clea for me has always been like the crazy curly hair or like the wavy hair, and I was just kind of like, why is it pin straight? Like I feel like Marvel was going backwards again, where they're not giving diversity.
Yeah, they're not. I understand you can't have it 100% comic book accurate, but comparing the pictures I've seen online versus, I'm like, it took me a minute. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
but I guess we're doing a cosmetic change now.
yeah.
But you know who I thought was going to be more introduced quicker, but I can't wait. I think Dumamu's son, I believe, Blackheart.
Oh,
But but that's guys. Let her know in the comments. I'm not too familiar with Strange, but I'm familiar that Blackheart is the son of You just said it, Dumamu.
Dumamu.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then we had the other post credit, which I mean, like it was just for their pizza. What was his name?
the pizza.
Pizza Joe or something like that.
Yes, thank you.
Pizza Joe, because
That was
when they were in,
Cam. That was Ash.
yes,
That was pretty cool.
that was Bruce Campbell. So I was
Bruce
just like,
Campbell. Thank you.
I was
Yeah.
happy to see him, but at the same time, people were just kind of like, we really didn't need a Pizza Joe like moment. I was like, he's worked with the director so much that he's gonna always be brought into all
Of
his movies. So
course.
it's just kind of like he was
He,
in Spider-Man 1, he was in Spider-Man 2 and 3. So it's just like he's always gonna continue showing up.
it's cosign, kind of like Deadpool or Howard the Duck.
Exactly.
It's going to be done anyway.
Yep. So that is basically a rough summarization of the entire film. I am not sorry that I ruined it for anybody, but that's the kind of a rough. I may have left some parts out because they were not.
But that's why you have the warning. That's what
Yeah,
you've been warned.
that's
Yep.
why I was warning you guys.
My review. It was a solid. I'll give it a 6.8, not even a 5. It was up there. They could have pushed the envelope. I actually wanted the movie to be a little bit longer. The 2 hours went by quick.
That they did. Very
And
quick.
like Lena said, and go by not advertising, but I talk about this briefly on my channel with WandaVision and everything pieces does piece together leading up to this. Each and every one of those aspects and stuff to because if you don't watch, how can I word this right? What if WandaVision and everything Lena said back about an hour ago, you're only going to get bits and pieces to the full story. So all I can say is I implore you to go check that out on her channel. And as we talked about it before after hours. But yeah, honestly, off the clock.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, to me it was good. I just wanted it to be longer. Nothing was at a miss to me. That's
Yeah.
my rating.
For me,
Yeah.
I would have to say, I mean, out of a 10 scale, I would say a 7. I would have given it a lower rating.
Yeah.
But I have to give it a 7. One, I do agree, it should have been longer because it did go by very quickly. Like
Very
I
quickly.
felt like yes, the story was like it starts right. That's why I liked it. Is that action started right away. That's what I liked. Some stories
Hmm.
take some time.
I
Like
was shocked. It was
yeah,
like, oh damn, I didn't get a bite of my popcorn yet.
exactly. Like
Right.
I sat there, I was like, all right, we're gonna get some talking back and forth like we got from No Way Home. No, we get action like right away. You're like, whoa, 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 what? I haven't even okay. I actually do like the fact that it wasn't just one story we got. It was two stories.
Hmm.
It was two main characters, Wanda and Steven, where they both had their own issues that they were trying to deal with. Now
Mm-hmm.
I felt because like when I was doing the panel with Danielle on or Danny on Sunday, we went off the we actually turned off everything. We were talking about the movie itself. One of her friends, Tina, asked me, what did you see that there was two stories? I said, yeah, there actually was. There was actually two
Agreed.
stories. You have Strange, who's dealing with the fact that he can't accept the fact that he cannot be with Christine, and then you have Wanda where she's trying to get her kids back, and that's all she
By any
wants.
means necessary.
Exactly. And like they were saying that Wanda had gone through so much. I mean, she had to an Endgame or not Endgame, Infinity War, she had to kill Vision like twice. Her brother died in Age of Ultron. Her parents died in that, that bombing, and she was stuck in that place in her home for what, a week from what you guys
And that, just to find out that she was delusional through curly hair, works for Sword now. I can't think of her name.
Oh,
But
Monica.
Monica. Yeah, thank you. Through Monica being convinced, like, dude, this is, and that's what I think that's what really pushed her over the edge into this movie. Like, dude, this is all fake. Wake up, Wanda. And those innuendos throughout WandaVision,
Mhm.
making her wake up. She's hearing stuff, but she's subconscious. I think she's just a traumatized child with superpowers, which is extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no, because like
She's
when I
been
was,
through too much.
oh no, she
Yeah.
has been through a lot. So when I was talking to them, I told them, I said, the thing is the way I saw WandaVision, because everyone now on social media is calling Doctor Strange WandaVision season 2, and I'm just kind of like, no, the hell are you talking about?
That's not
No,
even a warm up.
it's
Honestly, that story is done, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah. I sat there and I was just kind of like, WandaVision, if you really pay attention to it, it's literally about the stages of grief.
Yes,
And obviously when it came to Monica Rambeau, about how she, like was just saying that she was telling her like, dude, you are delusional, this is all fake, this is not real, like you have to wake up. And she doesn't want
right.
to because she's so wrapped up in this fantasy of like having the perfect life with Vision and her kids. It's just kind of like, you
That's
know
her trauma talking.
yeah, it's the trauma.
Right.
And obviously, when it comes to the movie, it's just like I was saying in that panel, that she's literally what every woman would really do for their kids. They will go through hell to get them back. And that's exactly why she wanted her kids back. And she would do it in any form or any way. She would want her kids back.
Necessary.
Yeah. And for Steven, it was just kind of like for him to finally understand that, hey, you and Christine are not meant to be. Like you are meant to be with somebody else. And you have to understand that going to the wedding, everyone kept complaining, like, why would you go to your ex-girlfriend's wedding? I'm like, dude, that's his way of coping with it. Like accepting and seeing it like, hey, she's not available anymore. She's off the market. She's like married. I can't have her anymore.
I look at it psychologically that he needs this closure in order to get past her.
Yeah, pretty much. And I just like that tender moment between them. That's just like, yeah, like I have loved you in every dimension, but I know that I keep fucking up and I can't have you. And I
No,
accept that.
I mean, your delivery is on point as usual, but yes. It's
um
straight up.
yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah.
But when it came to the end credits, that first one with Clea coming in, I got pissed. That's why it took me about a week to do this. And then I kind of accepted it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I understand this is their version of what she would look like. I can
Okay.
understand that.
In
Like,
the
okay,
MCU.
yeah, for the MCU.
Yes. Okay.
We were going back and forth, and it's like, well, there could be a possibility that they might showcase her with curly hair. I said, fine, but they really
Because
should have.
Wanda's costume did evolve over the
It did.
years. So, but
That
just
it did.
yeah.
So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I will accept this.
I admit it's a problem to me. I ain't gonna front. I'll be honest with you, but I'm willing to. I know Marvel isn't lazy. We'll see what happens. Because Captain America, for example, he had 4 different costumes. People don't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but anyway.
he did. Same thing with Tony, Iron Man.
Oh,
He had
pick a
different.
arm.
Same thing with him. Same thing with Spider-Man. He had different suits.
Yeah, pick a armor and pick a suit.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
her is just but Like I said, a 7 out of 10. I would highly recommend, going to watch. If you want to go in blind, go right ahead. You're gonna be confused as hell.
It's in the
But
title, folks.
yeah,
Yeah.
but just like watch, WandaVision, What If, Loki, and then Strange, as well as Endgames and Infinity Wars. Not in that order, but as yeah, that's it.
I'm sure Disney Plus are really good about this. The Doctor Strange collection.
Oh yeah, no, they have. They
They'll
actually,
do
for
something
some
like
reason,
that.
I didn't know this. They
Yeah.
actually explained it. There is a section where you can go and click on a profile, and you can watch it for like 10 minutes to get an understanding of everything. So if you don't have time, you can actually go onto there, click on Doctor Strange, watch his file, and then go click on
Not a bad
Wanda.
idea.
So I was like, oh, okay. So that's kind of like not readers digest, cliff notes basically.
Yes.
So yeah.